Every woman is smart, far smarter than most men realize. Not just in the way she speaks, but in the way she feels, observes, and interprets everything around her. A woman's mind is a map of emotion, logic, and instinct. She notices what you don't say, she remembers what you forgot, and she reads the spaces between your words like lines in a secret book. When a man meets a woman, he often believes he is leading the dance. He believes he is choosing her, impressing her, studying her. But in truth, she has already studied him. Long before you think you've made your first move, she's already read your energy, your tone, your confidence, your hesitation. A woman's intelligence is emotional first, psychological second, and strategic third. She understands that connection isn't built through talk, it's built through attention. When she listens to you, she's not just hearing what you say, she's measuring who you are. She notices your eyes when you speak about your dreams, the way your voice changes when you talk about people you dislike, the calm or tension in your posture when you face a challenge. And all of these small observations add up in her mind to one silent question: is he a man of peace or a man of chaos? Every woman carries a quiet wisdom that doesn't need to be announced. She can sense authenticity faster than you can create an excuse. If you fake confidence, she'll know. If you hide insecurity, she'll feel it. If you pretend to care, she'll see it in the delay of your response, in the coldness behind your eyes. A woman's intelligence isn't about IQ. It's about intuition. The Stoics taught that perception is power, and women have mastered perception. They live closer to emotion, so their senses are sharpened. They can feel energy like temperature, warm when it's real, cold when it's fake. That's why a woman might fall for a man who says very little but means what he says, and lose interest in a man who says everything but feels nothing. When a woman truly loves, she does it with her whole being. But even then, her mind never sleeps. She reads patterns. She notices the days you're distant, the small changes in how you text, the pauses in your voice. She might not speak about it right away, but she's recording every detail quietly, patiently, like an emotional detective. And when the time comes, she already knows the truth. She just waits to see if you'll be honest. That's what makes women powerful. They don't always confront. They observe. They don't always react. They analyze. And sometimes, their silence is louder than any argument. When a woman goes silent, she's not ignoring you. She's understanding you. She's replaying the entire story in her mind, connecting emotions, words, and moments until the truth stands on its own. Most men misunderstand this intelligence. They think she's overthinking or being emotional. But emotion is her intelligence. Her feelings are her sensors, and when she senses inconsistency, she questions everything. That's not weakness. That's awareness. And if you've ever had a woman pull away suddenly, it wasn't because she stopped caring. It was because she finally saw something she could no longer unsee. A woman's strength lies in her sensitivity. What men call mood swings, Stoicism calls perception shifts. She feels deeply because she's alive to every shade of human behavior. That's why when you lie to her, even gently, she feels it in her chest before she finds proof. You can hide your words, but not your energy. Some women use their intelligence to protect their hearts. Others use it to test yours. The way she speaks, the way she sets boundaries, even the way she forgives, all of it comes from experience. She's learned what pain feels like, and she's learned how to guard herself without losing her softness. Every strong woman was once too kind to the wrong person. Every calm woman was once exhausted by chaos. Her wisdom is not born of books, it's born of survival. That's why you can't outplay a woman who has been hurt and healed. She knows the game, she's seen the patterns, and she can read intentions like open pages. If you try to manipulate her, she won't fight you, she'll simply withdraw her energy. That's her way of winning without war. But here's the deeper truth. Women don't want to compete with men. They want to connect. Their intelligence isn't used to control, it's used to understand. When she loves a man, she studies him not to expose him, but to protect him from his own blind spots. She becomes an ally, not an enemy. She senses when he's off balance, when he's losing focus, when his emotions are clouding his logic. And often, she'll try to guide him back, not through argument, but through intuition. That's the kind of intelligence most men overlook. It's quiet, emotional, and wrapped in compassion. But when that compassion is ignored, when her intuition is dismissed, she begins to detach. Not out of anger, but out of wisdom. Because a wise woman knows, you cannot teach someone to value your insight. In relationships, a woman's intelligence is both her gift and her burden. She feels everything twice, once in her heart and again in her mind. She analyzes love the way a poet studies silence. That's why when she gives her trust, it's sacred. And when she takes it back, it's final. Men often ask, why does she change? The answer is simple. She didn't change, she realized. She realized who you are, what she needs, and what peace costs. A woman doesn't leave when she stops loving. You can still see love in her eyes. She leaves when she stops believing. And once her belief breaks, no words can rebuild it. To understand a woman's intelligence, you must first understand her heart. She doesn't want to control you. She wants to feel safe with you. Safety is her foundation. When she feels emotionally safe, her femininity blooms, her laughter returns, her softness reappears. But when she feels uncertain, her intuition takes command. She becomes cautious, distant, protective. That's not manipulation. That's instinct. A Stoic man honors that intelligence. He doesn't try to outsmart her. He listens, observes, and learns. He knows that her perspective can see what logic misses. Her heart picks up signals his mind ignores. Together, that balance becomes powerful. But if his ego gets louder than his wisdom, he'll mistake her insight for challenge, and he'll lose the connection that could have taught him peace. So remember this. Every woman is smart. Some hide it behind kindness, others behind silence. Some show it through intuition, others through action. But they all have it. They were born with an awareness that life demands from them, a constant dance between strength and sensitivity. And if you are a man of awareness, you'll see her intelligence not as competition, but as completion. You'll see that her mind and heart work together to build, to protect, to heal. You'll realize that her ability to sense what's unspoken is not a trick, it's a gift. Every woman is very smart because she's had to be. The world rarely listens to her words, so she learned to communicate through feeling. She learned to understand tone, timing, silence, and energy. She reads emotions the way others read headlines. That's not guessing, that's training through life. When you respect that intelligence, she gives you trust. When you ignore it, she gives you distance. And once she gives distance, she rarely returns. Because a woman's intelligence also comes with emotional discipline. She knows when to leave, when to protect her peace, and when to stay silent instead of explaining again. The Stoics would say, understand nature, and you understand peace. To understand a woman is to understand human nature itself, complex, emotional, intelligent, intuitive. She's not a puzzle to solve. She's a mirror reflecting your patience, your honesty, and your presence. So instead of asking, why are women so complicated? Ask, what are they showing me about myself? Because every reaction, every silence, every instinct she displays is teaching you something about your own balance. Every woman is smart enough to see through pretense, but also kind enough to forgive it until she learns not to. Every woman has a heart that wants connection, but a mind that demands truth. And if you can meet both, her heart and her mind, you'll see how powerful peace between two aware souls can be. So the next time you find yourself trying to outthink a woman, remember this. She's not playing the same game. While you're thinking of moves, she's already reading the pattern. While you're looking at what's said, she's listening to what's missing. Her intelligence is subtle, emotional, timeless. And when you finally respect that, you stop competing and start connecting. You begin to see her not as a mystery, but as a masterpiece of nature, feeling deeply, understanding quietly, and teaching you what true awareness means. Because yes, every woman is very smart. Not because she knows everything, but because she feels everything. And that kind of intelligence, the intelligence of the heart, is the one the Stoics respected most. It's the intelligence that sees truth without proof, that loves without losing strength, and that walks away without hatred. It's the intelligence of grace. The kind that doesn't shout, doesn't chase, doesn't break. It simply understands. So honor it, learn from it, and let it remind you that wisdom doesn't always come in silence. It sometimes comes wrapped in a soft voice, a sharp instinct, and a loving heart. That's what makes every woman very smart, and what makes every wise man grateful that she is.